The internet loves a scandal, but what's unfolding with Princess Amelia and her brother Thomas Wu has crossed a line that no one can ignore. At first, they looked like just another sibling duo chasing clout, pumping out skits and challenges for TikTok. But the deeper you look, the darker it becomes. This isn't harmless family content. It's a carefully staged performance that blurs boundaries, manipulates an audience, and leaves behind a trail of disturbing questions. It begins with what should have been harmless trends. A milkshake challenge, a playful skit, an exchange of glances. Yet when fans rewatch the clips, the unease spread like wildfire. Thomas, 25 years old and on the verge of turning 26, staring at his 16-year-old sister in a way no older brother should. The look wasn't subtle. It wasn't innocent. It was a moment that shifted their brand from quirky sibling duo to something far more unsettling. Comment sections exploded. "Siblings are dating," became the running joke. Others didn't laugh. "Not Thomas checking out his own sister," one fan wrote, their disgust echoing what thousands were already whispering. And this wasn't an isolated slip. Another video resurfaced, captioned, "Thomas, my feet hurt." At first, you could brush it off as goofy sibling banter, but the replay told a different story. His hand placement wasn't just awkward. It was disturbing. Even fans who had defended them in the past couldn't unsee it. "Am I the only one seeing this?" one comment asked. But of course, they weren't the only one. The audience noticed. The internet always notices. And when the context is already tainted by suspicion, every new clip adds fuel to the fire. If the milkshake video made people uncomfortable, the staged date skits took that discomfort into a whole new realm. Time after time, Thomas played the role of a boyfriend on camera, while Amelia hovered in the background, sometimes pretending to be jealous, sometimes simply reacting as he let other women feed him. The message wasn't subtle. It was exploitative, staged to provoke, designed to make viewers question what they were really watching. Amelia often looked uneasy, her discomfort leaking through even the polished veneer of the content. Yet instead of pulling back, Thomas doubled down, pushing the act harder, milking every reaction, forcing the narrative forward. Then came the soft launch rumors. A TikTok showed Amelia being grabbed by someone whose face wasn't revealed, only a hoodie in frame. Immediately, fans turned detective. Some guessed it was a friend. Others were convinced it was Thomas himself. And that detail is chilling. Whether or not it was actually him almost doesn't matter. The fact that the audience even thought it could be him says everything about the image Thomas has built, intentionally or not. When your brand makes people question whether you're crossing lines with your own sister, you've already lost control of the narrative. And here's the part that feels impossible to ignore. These videos aren't sloppy, spur-of-the-moment TikToks filmed by teenagers messing around. They're staged. The camera angles are deliberate. The focus points are intentional. Someone is behind that lens, framing shots, deciding where the audience should look. And when those choices consistently highlight a teenage girl in ways that invite suspicion, it stops being family content and starts looking like exploitation. The financial questions only deepen the unease. Amelia is 16. Under California law, she's supposed to be protected by the Coogan Act, which ensures a percentage of child stars' earnings go into a trust they can access when they're older. But Thomas has positioned himself as more than a brother. He's the architect of her career, the man who built her accounts, managed her content, and pushed her into viral territory. So who's really holding the reins? Who's controlling the money? Who benefits most from the attention Amelia brings in? Even with legal protections in place, fans can't help but wonder whether Thomas is exploiting his sister's image for his own gain, pocketing more than his fair share while she remains a minor. And what about the parents? Where are the adults in this story? Amelia's mother has appeared in videos, casually unpacking groceries or joining in on small skits, but that presence raises more questions than it answers. If she's there, if she's aware, why hasn't she stepped in? Why hasn't anyone said this content is crossing a line? The silence is damning. When parents and guardians don't intervene, when managers and collaborators look the other way, the message is clear. Don't rock the boat, keep the content flowing, keep the money coming. And that silence becomes complicity. Then there's Amelia herself. On camera, she leans into the role of the spoiled princess. She demands expensive gifts, insists she needs the latest gadgets, and flaunts the kind of entitlement that feels scripted. "I need a $7,000 PC," she whines. "I need a 5090 for Roblox." These moments blur the line between performance and reality. Is this truly who she is, or is it the character Thomas has created for her? because whether staged or genuine, the persona feeds directly into the brand they're building. Amelia, the spoiled sister. Thomas, the enabling brother. The family drenched in money and excess. The excess was never clearer than in the car video. Thomas strolling into Porsche downtown LA, casually announcing he's buying his 16-year-old sister a luxury sports car for her 17th birthday. Since I have a McLaren, I thought I'd get her a Porsche. It's a moment crafted to shock, to flex, to spark envy and outrage all at once. But beneath the gleaming surface of that expensive gift lies something darker. A teenager, not yet 17, being handed a machine most adults will never own, framed not as a rite of passage but as content. It's not just a car. It's a prop in the endless skit of their lives, another tool to project an image of wealth, excess, and control. And that's what makes this so disturbing. Amelia is still a child. She is playing a role written for her, one designed to generate clicks, attention, and money. But what happens when the cameras shut off? What happens when the line between Amelia the character and Amelia the person disappears? At 17, she is standing on the edge of adulthood, and the choices made now will follow her forever. Meanwhile, Thomas continues to expand his control, doubling down on the content, ignoring the outrage, brushing aside criticism as hate. But the audience isn't fooled anymore. They're watching closely. They're calling out the discomfort. They're connecting the dots. Because the internet has seen this story before. Young stars manipulated, families complicit, money outweighing protection. And it never ends well. So where does this leave Amelia? At a crossroads, with her image tied to a brand she may not even fully control. Fans worry that by the time she turns 18, the damage will already be done, her sense of self consumed by a persona she never chose. And Thomas? He stands accused, not in court, but in the court of public opinion, of blurring boundaries no sibling ever should, of pushing content that exploits rather than entertains. It's a story that's as disturbing as it is familiar. Exploitation masked as entertainment, silence where protection should exist, and a young girl caught in the middle, her childhood traded for views. So what do you think? Are Amelia and Thomas just pushing uncomfortable content for attention, or is this something darker, something that crosses lines that should never be crossed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss what's coming next.